Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time of visiting this channel, I would like you to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to smash the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video you will get notified as soon as possible. Yeah, so this week I caught 6,000 pips. I caught 6,000 pips on Nasdaq. Yeah, I caught 6,000 pips on Nasdaq. That is 600 points. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm new to the stock indices market. Yes, I'll not lie to you. This is my second trade so far as taking trades on the stock indices is concerned, and I'm only focusing on what Nasdaq. Last week I caught 500 pips. 500 points. This 5,000 pips. And this week too I caught 600 points, which is 6,000 pips. And so someone just came into my DM and was asking me how I did it. All right, and that is what has led me here, just to show you guys how simple I was able to catch this amount of points or pips. All right, yeah, so if you have followed me for a while now, you can clearly tell that I'm a smart money concept trader. All right, yes, and so as a smart money concept trader, I focus on where liquidity is. All right, just as the market maker will chase or look for where or drive price to where liquidity is, that is what I also exactly do. And so with that, I take into consideration the various sessions, all right, of which the Asian session is one session that I'm really interested in, even though I don't trade the Asian session. But whatever happens during the Asian session is really of important to me. And so when I come and sit behind my chart, all right, I don't normally trade a London session. All right, whatever happens in the London session, I don't really care. All right, I just come and sit behind my chart during the New York session, and I mean, based on what has happened during the Asian session, during the London session, I'll be able to know where price is moving to or what the price is telling me to do. So when I come and sit behind my chart, I first of all look at the Asian session. And once I am able to mark out my Asian session, I look at the lowest low and then the highest high during the Asian session. All right, and so by that I'll draw out a range, and by drawing out the range, I look at where price took liquidity. All right, did price take out the sell side liquidity first, or did it take out the buy side liquidity first? That is the Asian session. So if price took out the sell side liquidity first, then my next draw on liquidity is going to be the buy side. If it took the buy side first, then my next draw on liquidity is going to be the sell side. All right, here. So literally, this is how I look into price whenever I sit behind my chart. All right, and I will take into consideration Q zone time. All right, I will take into consideration Q zone time, that is during the New York session. All right, yes, and market structure. I mean, market structure is key. All right, market structure is key, and then is form the fundamental basis of whatever I do on the market. So I want to see, has there been a break in market structure and all that. All right, yeah. So literally, this is what I did. Literally, this is what I did on Nasdaq. Yes, and so let's delve into it and then see that whatever I spelled out happened on Nasdaq. All right, yeah. So let's go to the 15 minutes time frame for us to see things clearer for ourselves. Let's quickly move to the 15 minutes time frame and see. All right, because normally with the Asian session, you don't really see a lot. If the pair is a USD related pair, or the market is a USD related market, you don't really see much movement during the Asian session. All right, and most of the times it will create a range and all that. Yeah, and so whenever I create a range, I like it a lot because it gives me a point, or it gives me data to work on. And so this range you are seeing here is the Asian range. All right, and this is 5th July. This happened on the 5th July 2022. Yeah, so this is the Asian range, and this is the price action during the London session here. So this is what happened during the London session. And so during the London session, it took out the sell side liquidity. This liquidity we are seeing here. All right, it took out the sell side liquidity. Took out the sell side liquidity. And so if the sell side liquidity has been taken, what is the next liquidity? Buy side. All right, if sell side has been taken, the next liquidity is the buy side liquidity. And so when I came during the New York session, my focus was just this liquidity. All right, my focus was this liquidity. And so I just waited. All right, I waited Q zone time and I took the trade. I waited during the Q zone time and then I took the trade. I entered here. All right, yes, I entered here, and then there you go. All right, yes. But someone would say, oh, you said you focused on the buy side liquidity, but you can see the trade extended. Yes, it extended because, let me switch to the 1 hour time frame. It extended because there was a void up there. All right, yes. So this was the reason why my target was here. All right, so just as you can see, above that liquidity, or above the buy side liquidity, we had what? Liquidity void to be filled. We had liquidity void to be filled and an order block in here. Yes, so right after focusing on the buy side, and just as you can see, I took partials here. Yes, I took partials here. And when I'm done, I'll take you to my Telegram page for you to truly know that I posted this very trade in my Telegram community. All right, so I mean, if you're not in my Telegram community, you are missing out big time. You are really missing out big time. And so look through the description box below. The link is there. Click on the link and then be part of my Telegram community. All right, here. So I extended this to this target because of this liquidity void we are seeing here. All right, because I mean, once sell side has been taken, of which the next target is going to be the buy side taken, the next target will definitely is going to be this liquidity void we are seeing here. All right, yeah. And so I extended my target here, and then just as you can see, price took this buy side beautifully, accumulated here. All right, accumulated here, and then it went, filled up this liquidity. This order block has even been violated. Yes, this order block has even been violated, and price is what is heading to another area of liquidity. Yes, price is heading to another area of liquidity. So that is just that. That is how I took that simple trade on Nasdaq. It's a very simple one. All right, yeah, but I mean, you need to practice. You need more practice to be able to get yourself abreast with this. All right, so just as I said, I considered the Asian session. All right, I considered the Asian session, and with the Asian session starts from 11 p.m. all right, that is 23 GMT to 8 GMT. all right, that is 11 p.m. to the next day 8 a.m. but my focus is really on before London session. All right, from the Asian session then through to the London session, or the pre-London session. So between that is where my focus is, even though the Asian session ends at 8 a.m. all right, yeah. So I look at the Asian session and then I mark out my highest high and then my lowest low. Then I wait for price to take out the first side liquidity for that one, I can't tell which side will be taken. All right, and so I look at the sell side and a buy side. If price takes out the buy side liquidity first, my next focus is going to be on the sell side liquidity. If price takes out the the sell side liquidity, my next focus is going to be on the buy side liquidity. That is where draw on liquidity will head to. All right, yeah, so that is just that. Just take that into consideration. All right, most especially if you're a smart money concept trader. Don't ignore the Asian session. All right, don't ignore the Asian session, and don't also ignore your Q zone time. All right, don't also ignore your Q zone time, because look at this. All right, this someone sees this and can also say this is a word, a turtle soup. All right, this is a turtle soup. Turtle soup simply, I mean, it's a term that ICT has been using a lot. All right, that is, I mean, Michael Hardiston, wherever he is, big ups to him. All right, because I mean, all these concepts I'm laying out, I mean, he is the originator of all these concepts. Here, let me make it clear here. He is the originator of all these concepts I'm spelling out here. All right, I learned everything I'm doing here from him. Yeah, so I mean, sell side turtle soup simply means buying at either sell stops or buy stops. All right, that is buying below an old low or selling above an old high. Yeah, that is literally what I can say about turtle soup. All right, yeah, so that is just that. All right, that is just that. Your Asian session, that is your Asian range, your highest high, your highest low. Look at where price will take liquidity. Will it take the sell side first or the buy side first? If it takes the buy side first, the next draw on liquidity is the sell side. If it takes the sell side first, the next draw on liquidity is the buy side. All right, yeah, so let me take you to my Telegram channel to let you see that I posted it here. Yes, so this is it. All right, this is the trade. This is the trade, and just as you can see, all right, as you can see, that is exactly 5th July. All right, yeah, so I took the trade here, and then boom. All right, I took the trade here, and then I was expecting price to get here, and we saw it happening. All right, I was even giving updates. Even before we took partials. I posted here. All right, before we took partials, I posted it in here, and finally, all right, and finally, this is it. All right, finally, this is it. So that is just that. All right, that is just that, and I hope you have really learned a lot today. All right, I hope you have really learned a lot today. And so if you haven't subscribed, hit on the subscribe button, because I mean, more educational content like this is going to come. Yes, there's going to be more educational content like this, and whatever I've outlined here, I'm going to go deep. All right, so this is just an overview of how I took the trade on Nasdaq. All right, so as time goes by, I'm going to share more insight to this. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to smash the notification bell. If you're not part of my Telegram community, to look through the description box below. All right, the link is there. Click on the link and be part of the Telegram community. All right, yeah, so that is just that. I'll come your way again another time with the weekly forecast. All right, yes, I wish you all good luck and good trade.